If it's about money, how come there hasn't been another Lauryn Hill? If it's about money, how come there hasn't been another Fugees type group? If it's about bread, if that's what you're telling me, where are the duplicates of these dudes who have generated hundreds of millions of dollars from one album? Why don't you have another one of those? But I see way more of these everywhere. It's not about bread. It's about something else. And the second we really get a hold of that and really start understanding that, maybe we'll start making other decisions.
But I do have to say, I mean, I agree with some of what you're saying. But I do have to say that, I mean, Lauryn Hill is a special one, man. When you say like, where's the next Lauryn Hill? That woman is like an exception. Think of how great she is as a singer and a rapper. She is an incredible MC. Like, and not saying that, and I do think at certain points, you know, when Erykah Badu and everybody, like, they was trying to find more, some of that. Right. And I say they, not everybody.
Female alliance.
But those people are like unique to what they do. So then you find something, it might not pop as much. And along with, to me, obviously the labels being like, oh, this other stuff popping and it's feeding into what we want to put out there. Right. We wanted to put out there. Yeah. And ultimately we started consuming that and being like, okay, this is what we gonna do. Like, this is it. Because I do believe, like, at one point it was just like, yo, I gotta be a thug. That's what they, you know, that's what we was on. Like, yo, we gotta be a thug to, but that wasn't all of who we are. You know what I'm saying? But the record labels was like, cool, that's what, this selling and it's putting out an agenda that we want. Yeah.
Were the labels pushing like, okay, if you make this type of music, you gotta dress this way, you gotta go this. You gotta, this is what your video is supposed to look like. This is who you're supposed to do features with. Was that what was going on? Because I feel like consciousness and neo soul somehow like just meshed together and then kind of dissipated.
You have some magnets. I know what you're trying to say. You have some magnets between the music and genres of what each individual does. You know, almost kind of like the same sound, almost. Neo soul and consciousness is in the same family or in the same, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same
versus how PE did their music versus how let me see, who I could say J. Cole or someone today. That's who's really conscious today though.
Kendrick.
To a certain extent.
Okay.
Cole.
Okay. And Cole. Kendrick and Cole. Like, there's a difference. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna say these two sound similar, and then they're gonna say what you were saying, like, you know, with the old, they're gonna sound similar.
But at one point it was like, brown leathers just started coming out of nowhere. Like, damn, everybody rocking brown leather, bro. Like, what's going on?
Oh my God! I mean,
brown leather and the red lenses.
I can't explain the terms. Like, what certain people.
Wait, is he wearing red lenses?
If you think about, but you know what I'm talking about. Red.
If you think about like Jackson 5 and Parliament and you know how they was dressing back in it was wild, bro.
Right.
Like, they was wearing some things. You know what I mean?
But I think, you know, I think part of that too was like people, like I said, finding themselves and like deciding to be like, all right, like for me, I'm coming from Chicago. I'm like, I'm taking in everything, and I'm a Chicago nigga. That's just what it is. So I'm expressing that, but then I started discovering some other things. Like, I get to go to New York, or I got to go to London with De La Soul. I'm like, damn, there's other things out here in the world. And I was already seeking to find, you try to find your own individualism as much, you know, like as much as you're part of a culture and a collective and a community, you still like, okay, who am I now? You get to that point. And I think that's what that whole conscious neo soul thing was like, okay, we out here trying to find out who we are and discover things in our ways that we know we've been influenced. Like, these people have been, for sure I can speak for me by Earth, Wind and Fire and the Shaka Khans and the KRS Ones.
Yeah.
And so who are we in music in this way? Like now. And I think that was part of what we was just exploring and discovering. I think it's necessary, you know, in life that we understand that, man, at certain phases, you evolve, you change. Like I used to love, like when Pete came and when I was riding out with Pete out in Mount Vernon, I was probably drinking Heineken, you know, like, now I like red wine.
Right.
Pete go,
he was drinking. I was drinking 40s.
40. All caps on
Not on E.
So,
no, but I want to say, like, I think it's just like proud heritage Black people just doing two different styles of music. And just kind of like that with neo soul and conscious rap. You know what I mean?
I feel like everyone has the conscious side.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone has the other side. I think we need to stop blurring the lines.
Yeah.
We need to stop trying to draw a solid line.
Yeah.
Because
I agree with you.
I never seen J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar in the brown leather, but we know what they rap about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He keep with his brown leather. He
No.
gonna stick to this.
No, at one point, bro, it was
What is
decipherable.
the-
You could look and see, okay, I know what his album's gonna sound like.
Yeah.
And I know what his
okay.
album's gonna sound
Okay.
like.
So the brown
Just
leather,
by the way he
it
was
was an
dressed.
indicator of what was to come.
Right. It was
The-
like
the aesthetic told you.
GTA
Okay.
and hip hop, where
Yeah.
you knew like, okay, I'm on Grove Street. Everybody got baggy jeans and scarves on.
Yeah.
And when I get over to the nice side, they're gonna be dressed different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
True.
You might have only thought that about Common if you didn't really listen to the albums. Like if you check the album, there's
No,
records
I know.
on there about his grandmother calling him, talking about niggas done stole
Man.
my. Meet me at the next thing you know.
I know, but then you would see him outside in a knitted sweater. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'd be
But
like-
he might press somebody in that knitted
But he
sweater.
said it in one of his
I
verses.
wanted to see
that's
that
the
in the
debate.
video.
But that's the, like, to me, that's the like depths of who we are as
Oh,
people.
right.
Like what you just said. Everybody, we all got like some of the what you call it, gangster street, and we all got some of the consciousness in it. Especially us that just grew up in. And it's all right if you lean even one way or another, but to knock the other was the issue.
Right.
Like the fact that we was knocking, and even to not acknowledge, that's where growth come in. Because at one point you get the knowledge and you get conscious, and you're like, oh, I'm all conscious.
Right.
But then I was able to move back to the middle of who I was, because I was like, man, I could still be about this consciousness, still wearing my Kufi'S, but I'm about to go over here and party with these people over here.
Not only that,
go party with these.
but I'm about to go have a knife fight with John Wick on the subway. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? This is what I wanted to see in the conscious video. Like, you can still do stuff like this.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
sure.
Now, when you cross over into acting,
knife fight in the video.
I feel like there was a part of you that was like, all right, I do not want to get typecasted. Like, how many times can I play an assassin?
Right.
And every time they fed you the role, it was like, oh, this works.
Yeah.
Right. And then you ended up in John Wick 2. And that was like, you was one of them guys.
Yeah,
like,
he was
like,
guy
yo,
in
I
John
think John about to run in the comment again. It's about to get crazy. When y'all was walking through the mall, like, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I should have put this in the video.
How you letting that
That's what
roll?
I'm saying. I would love to see that in the
How you
video.
letting that roll?
Oh man,
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.